Am I on?
Yes.
1, 2?
Yeah, go.
1, 2, testing. 1, 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me see. How should I look? What should I do? And I was the oldest of 2. I have 2 brothers.
What else?
Childhood. That would mean 80 years ago. How do you expect me to remember? Here's some, I palled around. We lived in the city in a row home and lived there for years in East Falls. And
what's your favorite Grammy memory?
I remember when Grammy used to babysit us before we went to school, back in elementary school, and I always used to get raisin toast. She used to make raisin toast every time she was there. Don't zoom in so close. Raisin toast. That I remember that so much. That, and she didn't come in singing like Aunt Carol. She just came in and was like, "Get up!"
Red, red robin comes bop, bop.
Hi, my favorite memory about Grammy is when we beat the record with beach ball at our pool. We got 204. That's my favorite thing that we do.
What's my favorite memory about Grammy?
where are the utensils?
My favorite memory about Grammy is when she babysits me, and it's very fun, and she takes care of me.
Oh, I love
Okay, I don't know. Well, we would always have ice cream and at Grammy's, and she'd be like, "Oh, here, have some ice cream," and always stick pretzels in. So I mean, that's what we remember. And they get all soggy and gross, and we didn't really want them in our ice cream. She always gave me. Okay, maybe.
Okay, so I have a couple famous Grammy mom statements. One was you would wake up and go down the breakfast table and she would say, "Did you brush your hair? Your hair looks like something the cat's been chewing on." So another one was you would go to get your hair cut because you would think, "Boy, my hair must be pretty bad. I better get it cut." You'd get your hair cut and you'd come home and she'd say, "Oh, your hair was just starting to look nice." Number 3, she had a way of sort of mixing up what the real word is. Like when slice soda came out, she would call it splice. We passed a racquetball club one time and she said, "Oh look, there's ratchet ball." The moo cow. She would love pointing out things like that too, even when you were 15 years old. Look at the moo cows. But that's another statement. And this one, I know where it came from. She inherited it from her mom.
No, you're going to be left.
Grandma Montgomery used to say when she would be introduced to somebody, instead of saying, how are you or nice to meet you, she would always go, how to do. And now Grammy is doing it. True sign that she's 80. All right, bye. Love you, Mom.
Love you.
Does the dog call?
Oh yeah.
And then she did you hear me? Did you hear me? We never really heard her. But every once in a while. Every once in a while. Okay, Meg. Okay, well every once in a while. Sometimes we didn't hear her, sometimes she did. She's like, "Oh, I hope I didn't embarrass you," and she thought that she's embarrassing us by doing
she
dog
always
call.
says that.
But I liked it. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh, she's here. She's at my game." I don't know.
Our favorite memory about Grammy would have to be when we went to Atlantic Beach, South Carolina, and Grammy and Pop-Up and Jared was in the car with them. They turned the wrong way, the wrong direction, and we started singing a song, and Carol made it up, and it goes like this. Downtown with Grammy and Pop-Up, going downtown, picking some cotton, and that's all I really remember.
One of our other favorite memories was when we would be in Atlantic City, South Carolina. At night we'd always play Uno, and Pop-Up always lost, so we always made fun of him, and then he had to get the ice cream for everyone because the loser had to get the ice cream. So.
And also, whenever Grammy would babysit or sleep over, she would always, for breakfast or lunch, we'd always have the bananas that she would cut in half and still keep the peels on them. And also, when we had yogurt, she would always, like, if you thought you were finished, she'd make you, like, scrape at the bottom until it was, like, all gone.
Okay, one of our other favorite Grammy memories is when she taught us to play this song on the piano.
What's your favorite thing about Grammy?
He doesn't
The
know.
quiet times when we'd sit and ponder our past.
And we argue.
No, we never argue.
We argue.
I've heard that before.
Okay, Charlie, tell me, how can you have
Timmy,
an
did it
argument
come out?
when one person's wrong and one person's right?
Who's right?
You know,
Grammy?
I'm always right.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard some of Pop-Pop's rights, but...
you've heard some of my rights. Tell him. He's heard some of my rights.
Now you just put dirt on your nose. It looks great.
Oh, that's the point.
What's your other favorite thing besides Ponder?
What do you mean, Grammy?
Yeah. Is
Oh,
she
well,
funny?
when I went in there, I thought she was really cute, you know. The problem is when I went out to our neighborhood for a date, I found out all the boys in the neighborhood thought the same thing. So
So, how did you and Papa meet?
And one day, I'm sitting there, and my boss had gone out to lunch. And Pop came in. They asked for Mr. Beaumont. I said, he's not here right now, but he'll be back later. You can come back later, which he did. That was the first that we saw one another and talked to one another. We would just wave, hi, that kind of thing. And then he threw a note in to me and asked me to go out. And that's how it all started. I said yes.
well, I went to Yellow Rental Truck Company
Well, I told him that.
looking for a job because I just got laid off at the
Yellow
Cab Company. Just 2 weeks off in my whole life that I ever had.
Yeah.
So I went there looking for a job, and I went in, and here's this little blonde chick in there, nobody else in the office, and she said, well, my boss is gone, but you can stand here and wait. You can stand here and wait.
You told
So
me
I
to
went
come
for a
back.
job as a mechanic, and I ended up with a lifetime job as a Pop-Pop.
Do your best Grammy impression.
Put an egg in your shoe and eat it. Eat it.
Put an egg in your shoe and beat it.
Ed, it's on the table!
Give it a home.
Oh, Ed!
You really burn me up. This is how I get my exercise.
I love myself, I think I'm great when I go to blues, I hold my hand, la-di-da, la-di-da.
Sweet murder!
Meeny, miny, mo. Catch a by its toe.
Monkey in the courtroom wants to go to sleep. No laughing, no talking, no showing your teeth.
M-O-P-P. Mop.
What are we?
Mop.
Are we
Mop.
interviewing?
I forgot about that.
This is how I get my exercise. I'll tell you, we don't not like our neighbors. It's like we're in a fishbowl though.
Do your best dog call impression.
Am I in?
Filming because she
Not that. Do like
Now I'm a Grammy for 25 grandchildren and 3 great. Woo.
Because she doesn't look her age.
You finally started. You finally.
That's all for the camera. Sweet murder.
What's your favorite thing about Spring Gulch?
There, because my family is here.
Yeah.
Breeze now, I'm relaxed and
That's good.
I feel like a queen bee, queen bee, queen bee. Yeah, you're right. I'm getting old. And somebody said, it gave me a plaque, and it said, I finally got it all together, and I forgot where I put it. Final.
I love myself, I think Grammy's grand.
When I go to the movies, I hold my hand. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da.
You can dance it.
Grammy, get your hair wet. No, no, no.
Happy birthday, Grammy. We love you.
Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da.